this Aquarius and down for show. I wanna make love to a Scorpio. Lay back with just Aquarius, 'cause here we go.
I remember riding your handlebars, dreaming we could fall. You raised me right, Daddy, now I'm grown, let's get it on.
I wanna make love to a Scorpio.
Ask our hearts to be fair with us, making love in public places 'cause they're daring us. Ghetto birds in the night trying to stare at us. This is the age of Aquarius again, and I'm still your best friend.
Hazme temblar, lléname con ese éxtasis. Poro a poro.
I don't wanna rush you, so I lay low. Pussy willow, to a Scorpio. Pussy willow, the way you're feeling me is so natural. That's the reason why I can't let you go. Pussy willow, to a Scorpio.
Come and go with me, Poppy, flow with me. It feels like poetry the way you're digging me. Picture this, my thighs spread cheek to cheek and my ass on your pillow. Punan is the name, but you can call me Pussy Willow.
Jadear mientras ardo y me quemo. Ah, sí. Sigue, papi. Esta pasión que nunca
I don't wanna rush you, so I lay low.
es amor.
Pussy willow, to a Scorpio. Pussy willow, the way you're feeling me is so natural. That's the reason why I can't let you go. Pussy willow,
Sueño de hadas que me hace sentir
to a Scorpio. Lay back with this Aquarius and down for show. I wanna make love to a Scorpio. Lay back with just Aquarius, 'cause here
todo. Me lo dicen esa.
love to a Scorpio. Lay back with this Aquarius and down for show. I wanna make love to a Scorpio. Lay back with just Aquarius.
Eso es lo que quería. Todavía quiero más, más y más, más. Adentro y afuera. Tócame, 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 tócame. Más, más, sí. Así mismo.
Pussy willow, just Aquarius, 'cause here we go. Pussy willow, just Scorpio. Put you from head to toe. I wanna shout you, so I lay low. Pussy willow, just Aquarius, 'cause here we go.
Ay, 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 ay.
This Aquarius is down for show. I wanna make love to a Scorpio. Pussy willow, just Aquarius, 'cause here we go. I wanna make love to a Scorpio.
I met this chick at the fruit stand at the Whole Food store. She was picking up strawberries and passion fruits. Since I'd never tried them before, I asked her to describe the passion fruit's taste. She looked me dead in my face, and with full, luscious lips, she said, passions. So as she was picking up a few good passions for me to try, my copy of Punani Psalms caught her eye. She was instantly intrigued by the title and wondered of its contents. When I told her of its erotic nature and safe sex themes, she seductively smiled as if suddenly sexually aroused, which led me to ask her name. And with those full, luscious lips, she replied, Mary Jane. Mary Jane. And a little bit more passion. And a whole lot. And a little bit of passion. And a whole lot of more Mary Jane. We discussed the sensuality of the passion and the aphrodisiac powers of strawberries. Our conversations led us to the checkout stand together, which led us to the parking lot together, which led us to our cars that were parked ironically next to each other. She invited me to her home, which she said was nearby, to taste a piece of the past and to continue our dialogue. So I did. We got to her pad and Mary Jane said she had a bit of wine. I told her that was fine with me. So we continued to talk and drank a little Artisty and talked a little and sipped a little. And as we sipped, the convo went from sexy fruit to sexy people, from sexy music and dance to sexy clothes and lingerie, to sex and favorite sex positions and toys. And we discovered that we had a lot in common. All that talk of sex gave me quite a stiff bone, and I can tell that she had a Jones for me. We lusted for and was digging one another when she decided to demonstrate her prowess in the art of fellatio. She poured out a chocolate-flavored condom and proceeded to apply with only her mouth. I let out an I mean, cause I was sprung on how she did what she did to me. I was able to bust in her mouth without her having to stop and spit, and she didn't have to worry about swallowing it. She did it so good. I told her, of course I would return the favor, but without protection it would have to be done later. So she went to the kitchen and returned within seconds with a small piece of saran wrap. Then she laid on her back and gapped her legs and said, use this to protect you from my creamy blade. Then I applied the dental dam and bam, she was purring the shit. As I hit the clip, I was killing it orally. She was like, Papi. After she released my ear, I went over and took a swig of my beer that was on the counter. Then I proceeded to mount her. And we did it, and we did it, and we did it, and did it, and did it. And we did it until I finally had to say quit it. Hell, I couldn't continue, I had to admit. She fucked the shit out of me. As far as rendezvous, that was our only one. But now, that was the most fun I had with saran wrap and a condom. My thoughts are often of her. I wonder if she feels the same. I know I'll always remember that night of protection, passion.
It's in my blood. I cannot sleep. It's in my blood. The pain is a raging fire. It's running through my veins, uncontrolled. The pain is so intense, furious, rapid, boiling in its strength. It's in my blood. I'm trying to overcome, but it's in my blood. Crippling my thoughts as my tears drop like acid. Burning and blinding visions of damage done. I took my words and that needle and infected my own blood. Contaminated and polluted what was pure with my darkness. Now I'm bending knee, praying to my Lord for forgiveness. My blood is impure, tainted, unhygienic. My blood is infected with pain. Damn, I'm going insane. The hurt, I'm in pain. It's in my blood, running through my veins. I pop a X pill, take a drink just to sleep. But I'm still awake, so I hit that blunt and call a friend. Damn, nigga, it's in my blood. I'm corrupted in pain as the blood of words leave the tunnel of my vocals. The pain in my blood has defeated me, beaten and overpowered me. It's in my blood. I know it's only one me. Mistakes and flaws, both a part of me. So again, I ask the Lord to forgive me. My blood is killing me. I'm in pain. A crisis running through my blood has conquered all of me. Unable to speak, tongue-tied, disabled and injured from my words. It's in my blood. I pray to the Lord, please pardon me. Have mercy on my blood. Don't let it ruin me. My blood is torturing my soul. Lord, give me amnesty. Reprieve my spirit from my human blood. Don't allow my blood to be my state of execution. It's in my blood. Get me thinking, should I cut that cord and allow the blood to flow out the walls of me? No, Lord, but it's in my blood. Damn, has it already buried me? It's in my blood.
Good evening, my beautiful people. You are tuned in to the Poetic Soul Artistry with your host, Lady Poetry.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I just so glad to be here tonight because we definitely needed, or I know I did after the week I've had, I definitely needed this cool down and everything. So tonight I'm going to start the show like I normally do with a little bit of peace, and it goes like this. Ink flows, orgasmic, onto the pages of my journal. A love eternal between pad and pen. Separation, literary sin. And this is where our love begins. Again, welcome to Poetic Soul Artistry. This is your girl, Lady Poetry, brought to you from LE Radio, coming live from Atlanta, Georgia, on our online site. Thank you, everyone who is tuned in. Everybody, you're gonna have some amazing people call in tonight. Some amazing poetry going to be on. So I'm super excited about tonight. So I'm actually gonna start off tonight. There's not really a central theme for tonight, so it's pretty much a free for all. Be sure to call in. So if you want to perform, get on the mic, spit something. If you just want to say something to us, definitely call in at 312-715-8219. Again, that's 312-715-8219. So tonight in Atlanta, Georgia, it's kind of rainy outside. And that kind of just started. It's been hot this weekend. A shout out to everybody who has been on vacation this weekend. Is getting warmer outside. The holiday is coming up, so we got a lot of people that's going to be on that road, so please be safe. So since tonight is just a free-for-all, I'm actually going to lead in with one of my favorite pieces that I've written. This is actually a crowd favorite as well. And I tell people I'm a musician and a poet. Music is my life. That's the lifeline. That is the blood that flows through my veins. So this piece to me was really important because I just love music and love of that. So without further ado, I'm going to give you music. Music is my wife and my words are our children. As I conceive them in the womb of my mind, after she plants her melodic seed, my lips begin to bleed, giving birth to lyrical offspring. As they grow, traveling through your ear canal, I bless them, our symphonic child, and there they will each attach to your brain, and there they remain as you succumb to my poetic rain. As these words drip from my lips like the essence of truth, I lick them, savoring, tasting new, indulging in this flavor, the flavor that is you. As I move you around on my tongue, do you play, enjoying how you satisfy me in this way. Impregnating your soul as we stroke your mind, your flow intensifies with anticipation on what's next to come. My tongue twists and turns, quickly delivering these bars with such precision as to confuse you. Leave all your senses tingling, wondering what spot I will taste next. As her vibe hypnotized the mind, I slide in, slow enough to blend, coaxing your cord to let us in as your mind, body, and soul surrender to our every whim. See, a fire is awakened inside, igniting that passion and drive inside in your hips to glide, to circle and move to the beat as our rhythmic pulse flows down to your feet. Before you know it, you're so engulfed in my siren song, you can't help but admit defeat. And then you come to that musical euphoria where bridges, verses, and chorus meet, indulging and delighting in my climactic beat. But then now, I switch the tempo to stroke, rock you, steady as slow, cooling your body down to a slow whine, much more than a bump and grind, allowing her neo-soul curves to shine. My wife, ever-changing and evolving, deeply rooted in her past, all while blazing towards her future, universal language interpreted by many, loved in her numerous forms, but only felt by me. As I said, music is my wife and my words are our children. As I conceive them in the womb of my mind, after she plants her melodic seed, my lips begin to bleed, giving birth to lyrical offspring. But music is a cheating bitch by nature, and see, and although at times she might be in the car riding with you, she's vibing with me. So that's where we open the show tonight, music. I know there's a lot of musicians out there, so definitely feel me on that one. So again, if you want to be a part of the show, definitely call in. And again, that number is going to be 312-715-8219. So we got some pre-recorded stuff that we're going to get into here in a few moments. Like I said, this is going to be a really little chill night. You know, it's raining outside in Atlanta, so we're trying to do some real laid-back, calm vibe and everything. So definitely stay tuned in. Oh, and afterwards, we also have Free the Show, Free Your Mind with Don, the CEO, coming up next. So definitely stay tuned for that. So right now, let's see what we can get into. I think we're going to have one of our pre-recorded ones coming up. This is by Vice, which is a poet out of Chicago. Shout out to Vice if she's listening in with us. So we're going to go ahead and play hers for a moment while we get that queued up. And just going to sit back and relax. Again, everyone, just take your time. And we're going to get into Vice. It's the first one.
Driving under the influence of poetry. I'm poetically outstanding on the moon, catch me. I hope the cops don't catch me. Cop me and change me to conform to conformity. Down in my highs, obstructing my equilibrium until my scales don't match. Before that happens, I'd rather take this matchbox, crash into their establishment, burning it to ashes. Standing there, arms crossed, letting the ash fly past my corrective glasses. I'm gonna take these shot glasses to the head, twist it off this poetry, twisted as your mind might be when I'm done spitting these lines, feel me? You don't have to. I don't write for understanding, I write because these words are demanding inside my brain inducing. My brain painted till expelled to rain on paper. Rain on paper, paper so wet it's superfluous, purposeless. My viral words much rather infect you, much rather let up your mind till over time your dirty thoughts seem clean. Come take this drink with me. and held this poetry gotcha, stand next to me and catch contact. Stare into my poetic eyes and never lose contact. Contact my words, catch me or let me slip. You slip if you miss this sip of good shit like old school, poetically centric. The planets revolve around this, revolving so fast I thought this knowledge filled earth. See, I'm driving and I hear sirens and I know why they pulled me over, because I'm driving under the influence of poetry. That's it.
Yes. So we got Vice on the first one. Yay! Well, I tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you how I met Vice. I met Vice through Facebook, much less how most people meet anybody through Facebook. And I met this amazing poet, and I'm like, yo, you're dope. Like, I've read some of your stuff. Like, we gotta get a cipher going. And she and I actually brought a friendship out of poetry. And just doing that cipher and going back and off and playing on each other. So, like, I'm so excited that she was able to get on and submit a piece. You're definitely going to hear more from her specifically because she's amazing. So I'm glad that we got that taken care of. So, again, tonight is going to be just one of those nights. It's just going to chill, vibe out, and everything. We got a couple people that are going to call in, and I'm going to share some pieces with us. I know we have a couple regulars that kind of call in, so I'm really excited to hear the talent that we got for tonight. So, with the current climate that we got going on right now, it's just a lot going on and everything. And I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit tonight because we do have everything going on. And it's one of those things, like, this time in America is good. It looks like we have one of our callers calling in. So it's just one of those types of things right now where we have so much going on and everything is just crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and get into our caller here in a minute once we get them set up, and we're gonna get it live going. So once she gets done, we'll have a piece or two from this amazing sister, because when I tell you, she's another one that's just amazing with the words. So I'm really excited that she was able to call in and everything. Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you were able to call in. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well.
Good. So again, you know me, but introduce yourself to everyone so they can know. Give us your stage name and where you're from.
My name is Tamika. Good evening, everyone. I am from Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, Cleveland in the house. Yeah, East 1999.
All right.
I'm trying to see Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, I've been telling everybody I meet from Cleveland, like, yo, I'm trying to meet Busy Bone. Like, what's good? Like, so again, you call Poetic Soul Artistry, and I know you, like I was saying, from Facebook, and been reading some of your posts, and like, when I tell you, you are one of the most insightful people that I read. Like, I actually look forward to when you post so I can read your stuff, because to me it just resonates on so many levels. So I'm so glad you were able to call in today. So what do you have for us?
First of all, I want to thank you. That means so much to me. And I have a piece that I wrote called Park.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Here we go. Can you park? This need to speak for a moment without disruption. We're going and going, but for 1 second, can you park? Can we talk without distraction from the debris of the day getting in our way? See, just need to talk. Will you listen, or will you assume what it is? Just park. Let's have a discussion. We're so busy running from everything that's meant to teach us a lesson. And really, I'm just trying to understand. We're running in circles thinking we're all alone, so our thoughts become captive in our mental institutions. Get it? Let's park, because this is continually robbing us of our daylight, stars, and sun. But you're running. I never understood that. Just park. Take a moment. Everything that's in your head has misled you up until now. Let it all out in front of you. Stop looking in your rear view. But you refuse to park. I just needed to talk. But now the day is gone, and so are you. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. I like that. That was dope. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I got to ask, of course, what was the inspiration behind that piece specifically?
The inspiration, I feel like so many times we let the world and the day get the best of us, and we miss out on genuine connections because we're too busy. So just having a conversation can change the tone of any friendship, relationships, family, just day to day. So sometimes we need to take a step back and just have a conversation.
Got it. I get you what you're saying. And that kind of leads into what I was saying before. It's just with the day that we have now, like the current climate of society and feelings and everything, like it's good to take that moment to, like you said, park and sit and talk and kind of decompress from the day. So I definitely get that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You got another one for us, or you going to kick back and listen a little bit?
I got plenty.
Okay, girl, hit me with another one. Then I'm putting you on the spot. That's how good. That's how I know you're a good poet, because you got it together.
Okay, so this one came from heartbreak. So this one is gonna get kind of deep.
All right, we like deep, so.
All right. Broken was what I called it. So here we go. I'm angry, not because I couldn't see through bullshit, but because I never thought the bullshit would be attached to you. So gentle and magical, but yet so vile. Promises of grand proportions that I wish fell on deaf ears. I wrestle with the notion of just not being enough, but you reassure me that that's not it. But all I can think of is your love has limits. Now my heart has boundaries and probably walls so high no one will be able to enter. My vulnerability was a joke. Embarrassed now that I am there. I'm working hard to heal me while we pretend everything is fair. But you're silent, even though you claim you'll always be there. How do you not think it's something wrong with you when the person who's supposed to love you couldn't even face you and pulled a cowardly move, a fucking text? Like, that shit's cool. Feel how you feel, say what you need to say, but please communicate my heartbreak properly. I deserve that. Truly, love is blind when you see past every flaw of a person and they see you as a defect to their existence, but love you just the same. Contradiction. How they were mean to you and probably was unaware. But that's my fault, though, for being weak for another. You said your spirit led you, but all I heard was what you went through before, a comparison. Communication was lack, so this shit could never be restored. You never gave me a choice to use my voice, and I guess you didn't need to, or you just didn't care. I really doubt you even felt guilty. You could have done things so differently, now that I'm seeing clearly.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That was amazing. I was listening to that, and I'm like, man, that person's a jerk. Like, dang. But thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was amazing. You said that was after heartbreak. So, yeah, thank you again so much for coming in and sharing with us. You definitely have to come back again and again and again and again, because you are definitely going to get some followers off of this, honey. So please, what are your social media links so people know where to find you if they want to get more of you?
Okay. So my Facebook is Tamika Sharon. That's CHAHRON. And my Instagram name is poetically_different.
Okay. So yeah, so we're definitely going to have you back on and everything. So please stay tuned, continue to listen to the show and the show afterwards. Thank you so much again for coming on Ellie Radio and spitting with Poetic Soul Artistry.
Thank you so much, you guys. You take care.
Absolutely. Have a good evening. Man, that was awesome. Like, she was dope. I'm so excited for this sister because, like I said, every time she's on Facebook, so I encourage you to follow her. Because every time she posts something, it moves your soul. So that kind of sparked something for what, because people always ask me, like, what do I do poetry for? Why do I love it so much? And it's just one of those things, like, to me, poetry is a way to speak my mind and potentially speak yours as well. So as a poet, I find that we are all akin to each other. Like, we all have that same vision and a pathway, that empathy towards the human condition, because we are equipped with the talent to give words and meaning to that human condition. So I was speaking with actually Vice, the first poet that we had. We were doing a cipher and we were talking about, you know, poets and how souls and everything kind of intertwine, and it sparked a little something that I wrote, and it goes, the sad fact is, the more we hurt, the better we write. That is our truth. But we achieve healing through our writing. So full circle we go. Hurt to write, write to heal, heal only to hurt again. Strange, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Because art is our art and our passion is our passion. And we refuse to let anyone capitalize what we are doing when we're on that stage, ripping our souls into pieces, delivering it to the masses with every word that escapes from our lips, dips into our world to ease the weight of complacent cognition. Yes, our mouths and tongues are better won when we are one and the battle is done. We will never win, but are meant to lose with every word that we spew. See, our souls we lose with parts of selves, hearts lightly placed on shelves as we delve into each other's design, keeping in mind that we are two of a kind. And I say that because it's not easy putting your feelings out there and putting it, like the sister we just had with heartbreak. It's not easy to do that. So I always respect people that are able to write and to play and to paint and to do anything creative with their feelings and try to get it out, because there's so many people that feel like they don't have a voice and that are oftentimes given one once they interact with someone through that poetry. So we're going to vibe out a little bit, see if we can get some music going. And we're going to do a couple more pieces, and then we'll get into our next show, the show Free Your Mind, Free the Show. But let's kind of vibe out with some music if we have some. And we'll go through. So while we're doing that, definitely, again, go to www.leradio.org so you can see all the events that are coming up, so you can make sure to stay on top of the shows that we're doing. Everything like that. Hip Inc., if you're not a member, you need to become a member so that you can get invited to all of these fundraisers and these private shows at the Punani Playhouse. Because I'm telling you, it goes down at the Punani Playhouse, but you have to be a member. Like, this is a members only. Like, if we had jackets, like, it would be member only jackets. It would be like the Pink Ladies in Greece or something. Like, but you have to be a member. So just go to hipinc.org. Go ahead, sign up, register, become a member so that you can get all of those lovely little reminders and everything that's coming up, upcoming events that are coming, everything. So if you want to stay tuned, you want to make sure that you have information, go to www.leradio.org, or you can also go to hipinc.org as well. Also, be sure that you make sure you download the app for all our Android users, and that's LE Radio on the Google Play Store, so that you can make sure this is a 24-hour station. So you have this show, you have the show. We have tons of shows that are coming up in rotation here soon. So there's going to be a little something for everyone. So please, please make sure you stay tuned on that. Okay, so we're going to get into the music here in a minute and going to vibe out. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. Be sure to call in So call in again to perform. It is 312-715-8219.
Would you be so kind as to explain exactly where we stand? I sit here all day. Would you be so kind as to explain exactly where we stand? I'll sit here all day, 'cause I just need some answers. 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 Oh, I just need some. Would you be so kind to explain exactly where we stand? I'll sit here all day. Would you be so kind as to explain exactly where we stand? I'll sit here all day, 'cause I just need some answers. 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 Oh, I just need some. Would you be so kind as to explain exactly where we stand? I'll sit here all day. Would you be so kind as to explain exactly where we stand? I'll sit here all day, 'cause I just need some answers. 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 Oh, I just need some. Please don't give me your logic. I wanna know how you feel. And don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare patronize me. I don't wanna hear what you think I wanna hear, 'cause I just need some answers. 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 Oh, I just need some. Would you be so kind?
no other way to tell her. She's always trying to find ways to speak well about him. He wants to be obeyed with her. Hates to add to her hurt, soon she learns. Her son chooses him instead of her. His love life drenched in secrecy. Never brought a girl home and called her queen. Online he searches to find true love. Only wounded souls did he touch. Bitter and confused men in lust. One day she pulls up the history, pulls up a page with her son smiling. He walks in, she covers her findings. She smiles all the while, she smiles all the while, losing hope. The sun that she burned, tainted in love. Winter has come, hearts become cold. The tears of your son hits the floor. And you don't have to love me, and you don't have to care. I tried and now I won't hide, oh no, so you don't point and stare. So you can deal with what I carried for 25 long years. And all of the while, the tears of a child hit the floor. And all of the while, the tears of a child will fall no more. And if they do, the tears of a child will be caught by the Lord. He finds God among any believers. Too proud to cry, God touches his tears. Legs won't bend, yet he falls at the altar, praying, oh God, heal my soul. Asking him why my heart won't choose her. Winter has come, hearts become cold. The tears of your son hits the floor. And you don't have to love me, and you don't have to care. I tried and now I won't hide, oh no, so you don't point and stay. You can deal with what I carry for 25 long years. And all of the while, the tears of a child hit the floor. And all of the while, the tears of a child will fall no more. And if they do, the tears of a child will be caught by the Lord.
Thank you so much for that music. Now, the first one we had going was from our Closure from Boom Sky. And when I tell you, like, I love that song. Like, I really like that. So thank you. So our music was coming in. We're kind of winding down. So I'm kind of looking through. Yeah, so the second track, the one you were just listening to, is Ken J. Martin, Tears of the Sun. Which is another amazing. He's an Atlanta-based artist as well. So Another artist, thank you so much for going there. So I just kind of want to kick in and kind of shift it up. We got a few people that are still wanting to call in. So definitely, again, if you're wanting to call in, you have to call the number 213-715-8219. So you have to call that number in just to be able to get through. So as I said, tonight is kind of like a really chill night. Going in, I'm trying to sit up here and think of like what I want to come up with next as far as like what some poets are coming up. So kind of, I guess, to get back to what I was speaking of before, we have a lot of things coming up, and with the social climate that I have today, I actually wrote a couple pieces to kind of discuss what's going on with like today, and just like, because a lot about poetry, it's not just all like love and heartache and heartbreak and sex, and it's not all about that. Those are key components to it, but you know, poetry to me has always been something else to kind of like call to action and revolutionize. Like when you have poets like Nikki Giovanni and Langston Hughes, and just to name a few, you also have Maya Angelou. You have these like profound poets that they didn't always just write about the happy things. They wrote about some of the bad things, the sad things that they personally went through and that we as a people were going through. So there's a lot of different things that play into part with poetry. That's why I love it so much. And that we're able to kind of discuss and go through everything. So this one that I have, just while we're giving everybody a chance to call in, this one I wrote about, I was just kind of really upset. I'm not going to lie. I was really upset when I wrote it. And it was just something that I needed. And honestly speaking, it's I like where it is, but I definitely want to expound on it. But this one is kind of like talking to the community as a whole. And by community, I mean the Black community, because that is a community that I fall a part of and that I love so much and so dearly. And I feel like we just have a lot of stuff to do, and we need to be able to do it, like, and have a voice for that. So absolutely, this is a piece that I wrote that I was kind of upset, but I feel like it needs to be said. So this one is actually untitled. And like I said, I'm going to say this while we give some more people a chance to call in. So again, this is untitled. Black woman. Sister, you need to understand how much you mean to this world. Even though from the time you were a little girl, you were made to feel as if you were nothing. To be ashamed of the kinks in your hair, the melanin in your skin, the fire and passion in your voice, the strength and wisdom within. At first sight of intelligence and independent thought, you were labeled the angry Black woman and then some. And just to be cast aside, trivialized, pacified, and patronized, even chastised, ridiculed just for fun. See, back in the day, they used to tear our men and our boys away from our arms and sell them off to faraway plantations, working them down to the bone, breaking the buck right before our very eyes, reducing this once strong king down, stripping him to his pride. Even though this day there are no plantations left to fill, make sure and understand there will always be prisons that will, and cemeteries soon thereafter will follow. Such a disaster to be made. So many of our boys and men slain, all for a debt our community never offered to pay. Black man, brother, you need to understand how necessary you are, even though I know they call you dangerous and thugs, violent animals just itching to shoot the next slug, taught that your only way out is to go through by the hood and stay alive, is to learn how to play ball, rap, and serving pies, labeled before you could even speak, poison your mind with self-hate and preying on the weak. They are getting to you, setting you down and making you pull off that crown from on top of your head and picking up that gun just to justify hunting you down just for fun. I know you're angry, From the time you were sold off from us, seeing masters sneak into our rooms, take advantage of property they felt entitled to, while you were shackled and made to watch, an example to be made, you later used as a sex slave for breeding camps and deviant entertainment, never far from death or restrainment. Don't you get out of line, boy. Watch your mouth, mind your manners, lay down on the ground, stop resisting, hands up, shoot. Black people, we need to understand that we are more than just slavery, more than just reparations with 40 acres in the moon, more than 3/5 of a constitutional clause, more than shucking and jiving for the world's applause, more than a hashtag and an afterthought, more than a vote that could be sold and bought. We are descendants of the original people, with a history that predates the one that's taught to us in school. So please don't be fooled thinking this fight doesn't involve you. So yeah, study the Carvers, the Garvers, the Malcolms, the Martins, the Newtons, the Davis, the Busas, and the Douglas. But don't forget the Cabrals and the Gaddafis, the Zulus and the Musas, Hannibal and the Amuntep. Stop letting them teach you about where you come from. Your history is way more than 28 days of parading us around on display, trying to keep the racist accusations at bay. We don't hate white people. I swear we don't. We love them, especially the ones that condescend to befriend those with enriched melanin. But make sure, and no mistake, and hear me exactly when I say this, don't get too comfortable, because our victory is long overdue. And that's just something that kind of came to me. And I want to say this, and I need everybody to understand that, like, this fight, there's a lot of people that kind of sit on the sidelines and they're like, oh, well, that doesn't matter to me because, nobody has been that way to me. Nobody's, been racist towards me. Nobody's done this. But you got to understand, we are all a community. Yes, we're not a monolith, but we are all one community. So what's bad for one is bad for all. So you have to understand that, yes, something might not directly affect you in the way that you think, maybe overtly, but indirectly. Or maybe it's not you, but it might be your children. It might be your wife, your husband, your grandparents, anybody. So you can't just sit around and do nothing. Like, something has to be done in the way. So that was just something that kind of came to me, and I wanted to express out there while we got some more people. But right. So thank you again. I just want to thank everybody for listening. This is the second show of Poetic Soul Artistry. So as we go through the first show, we had the amazing Miss Nightlife come on and share some of her pieces, as well as the, of course, amazing Jessica Holter come on and express their creative palette when we were speaking about women. Tonight is a show that we kind of just anything goes. So as we keep going further, we're going to have more and more guests that come into the studio, as well as we're looking for you to share your work with us, share your artistry, share your words. Even if you don't feel like you're a seasoned poet and you just scribble on a piece of paper and sometimes it rhymes and sometimes it doesn't, share it, because this is an outlet for you. Definitely, this is an outlet for you because we want to hear your voice. We need to hear your voice. We need to. So definitely don't be hesitant. Don't be shy to share anything with us. So we're going to kind of keep it moving because in a little while we're going to start our new show. So we're going to get through with that. So I know I just hit y'all with the Mother Africa fight, revolutionary stuff. But I just wanted to, I don't know about you, but like I said, I'm a poet and a musician. A musician first, poet second. And when I tell you, like, I love, like, I love it to death. Like, and I love being inspired by love. And it doesn't always have to be somebody that I'm actually in love with or anything, but I just love being inspired by the human form. And just things and maneuvering out through that. So a lot of the things that I write are about love in its many different forms, good and bad, but just kind of sharing that. So I kind of want to bring it back on down to something cool, because I know we're with the Panani Poets, so I was going to, post something or say something a little racy, but I don't know. I might still do that a little bit later. We got a little bit of time, but So I just kind of want to get back into what we're doing here. So as I was saying, like love is an amazing thing. And I think it is something that's important to live life through, because without it, it's kind of like you lose that existence. But there are times where love is not kind. Love is not forgiving, and is sometimes unyielding as well when it comes to being caught up in the rapture and everything. So I kind of want to touch on that a little bit, and I'm looking for something. Okay, so we're going to actually play something right now before we get through. So while we're doing that, we're going to get that queued up and everything. So we're going to get this playing and everything. So I'll spit something real quick. It's called Universal Game and everything like that. So it's called Universal Game. So I'm not. Oh, you got it? Never mind. So we're going to get to this first.
Because the last 100 fucks I gave got returned to sender. So shit, I surrender. You got it, baby. You win. But in the end, who's really the winner? Because in reality, it's all lose.
My apologies, people. I'm going to start that over because it wasn't quite. I was ready, and Brittany kind of threw it. She wasn't sure, so I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go back and start that track over if it'll let me get to it. I don't know what's going on. So again, we gonna get it together because I was trying. So I guess I'm go on, Brittany, and then I'll come back to it because it had started. You was talking, it had started.
I got into the moment. I got into it. My bad. So, yeah, we're going to cue that one up. So, I'm going to just do this little one. Now, somebody told me that I'm something like a pimp. I don't believe that, but I just wanted to share this little piece. It's called Universal Game. Hey. I just had to come by and, speak to you. When I came in, I saw your third eye winking at me. Your frequencies are intriguing the, cosmic being in me. It was like when I saw you standing there radiating that cool shade of blue, I just knew I had to pursue. So tell me, on which dimension can I get to know you? So that's something that I wrote, and I actually did spit that to somebody, and I did get their number, and so it worked. So y'all share that, you can have that, and everything else like that. So back to what I was saying, while we get that done, again, I'm telling you guys, you have to love and to be in the moment and to everything and enjoy life. Like, life is too short. So you have to be able to enjoy life, enjoy what it is that you do, get rid of all the stress and just be playful. Like, if you have somebody, make sure you talk to them, ask them how their day was, to kind of go back to before with the amazing poet Tamika. Park, sit down, talk, have a discussion, and kind of ease their mind, ease your mind, and kind of decompress from the day. So that's why I'm so glad that you tuned in to Poetic Artistry tonight, because that's what this is. This is a decompress. This is that time for you to chill out. You got the work week coming up. Whatever industry that you work in is going to be crazy. So we want to kind of cool you down and let you go. So we're going to go ahead and get into it.
This poem has been so hard to get out, so please bear with me. It's like the 7th time I've recorded it. Every time I get to tearing up. So don't judge me. It's called Sometimes. It's been days since we last spoke. Even longer since I've seen you. I've heard a couple rumors from a couple of your people. I black out everything now. Sometimes I question if I remember your face, but all it takes is one little thing for it to all flood back and I start reliving the best of our days. I call this poem Sometimes because you'll get it by the end. Sometimes I'm sure I'm over you. I start telling my friends, like, bro, I don't think I could go through that again. I tell them that I want to see you happy and I'm alright with letting you go. Sometimes I go through a milestone and I think of every way of letting you know, so I start searching for your Facebook even though I'm not on it. Start asking myself why I don't just call you sorry. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I stare at your number telling myself not to call it, so I call you private just to hear you talking, and here I am thinking I couldn't relate to Drake. That's a good lie. Because the woman I would try is trying to be happy with, well, you get the picture, but that's sometimes. Because sometimes when I'm talking to other girls, seeing the potential in the new one, she's talking about a future, and I'm thinking we should have broke up sooner. I'm sitting there like, single makes sense now. But that's sometimes, because it's always something that brings me back to the way you made me feel. Sometimes I sit here blaming myself. How could I throw it all away? What do I need to change about myself? And sometimes I think, nah, she lost out on me. She played too many games. And if anything, I should start to feel free. Sometimes I think what we had was special. And I don't see how you or I could ever find another us again. Then I think about being replaced and think every relationship must be the same. And sometimes I think I overthink it too much. I never really speak out these.
You really?
Okay, so it cut it off. So we're gonna try and get that one back up, because so we can go ahead and get that started.
My apologies. I forgot I was using the same line as the phone line, and the phone is my apologies. So let me try to get that caller back on the line for you, Brittany.
Okay, cool. All right, so while we're going to get that caller on the line, man, I hate that it interrupted because that poem was getting deep, because I can definitely, like, feel the emotion and everything like that. So yeah, we're going to make sure that we do that next time once we get our caller back. But by the way, that was Mill Anderson from Chicago. Chi-Town, I'm telling you, man, Chicago got some of the most talented people I've heard in a long, long time. Like if I want to say, like, out of all of the artists that I know, a good, like, 40% are from Chicago. And I've never been to Chicago. Well, I've been once, and I have to go back. So looks like we have our caller back on the line. So we're going to make sure that we can get them tuned and plugged in. So, caller, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So this is Poetic Soul Artistry. Can you introduce yourself to everyone and let us know where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Melissa Yelverton, but I go by the name Say That. I'm calling from northeastern Kentucky.
All right, northeastern Kentucky. I have some people in Louisville, Kentucky, so I kind of know where that general area is. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. I saw the post. This is my first time hearing about the show, so I may have to call in again.
Absolutely, call in as much as you want because we love the talent. So if you can, go ahead and let us know what you're sharing with us tonight.
I wasn't sure what to share, but I think I'll do this piece that I wrote about my mother as a tribute to my mom. I performed in a slam a couple of weeks ago and ended up winning with this piece.
Oh, wow. Nice. Definitely excited about that. So please, the floor is yours.
Okay. Some think being a queen is easy, but that's far from the truth. See, she was birthed through a skirt that couldn't comfort her or shield her from the hurt, screams, betrayal, and beating. She survived on a third-grade education, part Geechee, and found herself displaced on an Indian reservation. She kept house, helped her mom do laundry for the missus down the way. She was taught that children should be seen and not heard, so beatings came when she played. The oldest child of a Baptist preacher who couldn't heal from the lessons that he would teach her. On weekends, she'd pick the fields to help ends meet. And once a year, the Mardi Gras brought magic to the streets. Some think queens automatically know how royal they are, but that's not always true. She fell in love and married an airman, birthed a daughter on the base. Rumors of infidelity and the effects of the Agent Orange Project and beatings helped her escape 2 children later. Some think it's easy being a queen, but that's far from the truth. Divorced, raising 2 daughters, she put herself through barber college, placed 3rd in an all-white haircutting contest, and her latchkey kids watched it on a black and white TV set. It was cool because later we got a color one, and because her trophy sat there. But now I have to grab my chest because, see, she took the test for her license, but being illiterate, they let my uncle read the questions and write her answers. And she walked away a licensed barber. She worked for others many years. She woke up tired, went to bed tired, and a couple of times she even got fired. And it wasn't easy for a lady barber. But she pushed herself, she kept climbing, and she kept trying harder. And then, one afternoon, she picked us up from school, drove us across town, and said there was something she wanted to show us. And in big, bold, white letters was her name on her own barber shop. Some think it's easy being the queen, but that's far from the truth. And she was the queen, and she earned her throne, and she worked it too. And her and words never got along, but she wore strength as her perfume. And her road of royalty wasn't easy, but this queen of honor is my mother, Ruth. That's that piece.
Oh my gosh. When I tell you, that was amazing. Yeah, my producer over here about to cry. Like, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I see why you won. I definitely, like, I don't even have nothing to give you, but you won.
Yeah. You got me over here all teared up. Y'all know I'm a little sensitive. That was amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna put you on the spot again because clearly you are an amazing talent. You got another one for us that you want to share?
Okay. This one is called Good Morning.
Okay, you have the floor again.
I thought I saw you in my dreams, so I hasted to be the first to greet you, but good morning, heartache, you old gloomy sight. Good morning, heartache, thought we said goodbye last night. I tossed and turned until it seemed you had gone. But now you're here with the dawn. Aches in the night path with talking pictures, and no amount of tossing and turning can stop the light that flickers through the blind. And I lie awake, and I recall the form of your visage in the back of my mind, and thoughts of tracing your skin and tracing it with my fingertips are ineffective because my alarm still goes off. And I lie awake, reminiscing. Good morning, heartache.
Wow. Was that? I'm waiting for more. I'm speechless.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't done. I was trying to.
Okay, good. I was
trying
like,
to.
okay. I was like, there got to be more. Wait a minute. Okay.
Hold on a second. I almost lost the other piece, but I'm gonna go into the third part.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna start here. Chasing the thoughts of tracing your skin with my fingertips are ineffective because my alarm still goes off, and I remain lost in my night, reminiscing. Wish I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. I start my day by saying to you, good morning, heartache, what's new? Turning off the light seems to leave an echo now, and even the sheets speak louder without you, and I can barely survive the night without your inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, silence, deep sigh, pause. And I've stared into the ceiling hoping to find a place of solace, but deep in my quiet, as far back as thoughts can travel, your sound is the most pleasant of pleasant things. It opens every corridor of my heart and unlocks every door, and like fresh air sweeps in and soothes me. Yes, I've missed listening to you speak, but your body is not here. And if I could bargain with the sun to let me touch you just one more time in my dream, I wonder would she understand? But why bother? Because it seems like she won't even concede, because she races against me to kiss your skin. And I lose again. And she has my envy. Good morning, heartache. Here we go again. Good morning, heartache. You're the one who knew me well. I might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache. Sit down. That's the piece.
Yay! Oh my God, thank you so much. Like I didn't know where you were going, and then you started singing, and I was like, oh my God, that's my song. Like, thank you so much. Like, your voice is awesome. So just to let you know, while you were performing, we were plotting on getting you down here to Atlanta. So be ready for that, okay? So just put that out there. So yes, please, I need you to tell me, where are your social media links so the people that are listening, they can follow you and see what you got going on. If you got anything coming up, just let us know with your Facebook, IG, all of that information.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook on my Say That page, SAYDAT. I am the CEO of Manifest Destiny Radio Network on Blog Talk. I host a show called Say That with Melissa Elverton. We cipher all night. Sometimes we have features. Sometimes we do spit a quick contest. Come and check us out. It's every other Wednesday night on Blog Talk at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm all over the place. We also sponsor a Sunday promo event. It's called the Say That Promo Sunday. And what you do there is you come and you drop your links, you hashtag Say That, you drop the links to your books, CDs, merchandise, products, upcoming events, venues, all of that. It's all about networking and growing. So please check that out.
Nice, of course. So if you could, I'm going to make sure to follow you on Facebook, and then I'll try to inbox you separately so we can get your information to make sure that we definitely promote the show. And you said again it was on every Wednesday. Can you give them that information one more time so they know how to tune in for your show?
It is on Blog Talk. That number is 619-924-0845, and it is called Say That with Melissa Elverton on Manifest Destiny Radio Network every other Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Thank you so much. I think you are just going to end our show for us because I don't know what else to say after that. Like, you just serenaded us and got us crying over here. And then the next we all, in love with Heartache. When Jill Scott did that, like, I was just like, oh, my God. And then now I got you on here. So, yeah, we're definitely going to try and get you down here to Atlanta, Georgia real soon. And then, of course, everyone listening, please please tune in to Say That every other Wednesday because you'll definitely need to follow that. So thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. I really do appreciate that. We definitely have to have you back on again.
Thank you. Thank you for the platform.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you. You have a good evening. Thank you again for coming on. And Dev, sit with us. Stay tuned for the next show. We have Free Your Mind, Free the Show. So definitely come on in.
All right. Thank you. I sure will.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, I don't know what to say after that. Like, that was a mic drop moment as far as I'm concerned with this. So, thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight for Poetic Soul Artistry. We're going to be coming at you live every Sunday from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. To 7. So we kind of ran over a little tonight, but stay tuned for the next show that we have. It's Free the Show, Free Your Mind with Don, the CEO, talking about all these lovely trendy topics of the day. And we're going to get into our topic is going to be women are not fathers. So just do what you want with that. So thank you again. I am Lady Poetry. Thank you again for tuning in to Poetic Soul Artistry, and we will see you here next Sunday. Love you, Belly.
I'm Benny, and when I'm in Atlanta, I listen to LE Radio.
I'm Danielle, and I'm a fan of LE Radio.
This is Wet Verses, and I'm a fan of LE Radio.
LE Radio, Don's mom.
This radio podcast is brought to you by HIP INC, an educational-based nonprofit arts collective where creative minds come together, share, and create art. You can become a member, donate, and sponsor by going to www.hipinc.org. Like them on Facebook at The Hip Team and on IG at hip_INC.